Yeah, please welcome back on stage Raúl Barreras. Yeah, thank you very much for coming here and presenting this film. Yeah, editors are one of the hidden artists, I would say, in filmmaking. You never have like interviews with them, and obviously directors come to film festivals, but editing is super important. So in the editing room, the film comes together, the film finds its final form. So I'm very excited that you're here and we have the chance to talk with you about this film. And I would be interested, when do you come into a project like this? Like, are you already consulted in pre-production, or do you edit during the shoot, or do you really come afterwards when everything is filmed? Then you start working. When do you come into a project like this?
Well, first of all, thank you again for the invitation, and it's not that often that we get to talk about our job. And in this case, the editing process, this project first was a documentary, and I was working with Johanné, the director, in the ideas and the shooting for the documentary before the shooting happened. And then when the project became a fiction, I was there also from the beginning, which is something that not always happens. But in this case, I had to study a lot, so it was good that I was previously here in the project, because it's also something that this project is quite far from my comfort zone, because I usually work in projects that are more structured, that the script is really closed, and also that has a really different pace or rhythm. So for this project, first I have to study all the... I don't know if you have noticed that in the final credits there is a bibliography, and it's because Johanné, she's a professor, and she studied a lot about the colonialism, and she gave me a lot of references, so I could also has all the knowledge, or at least a little part of the knowledge that she has on the topic. And we were editing in the distance, because this is a co-production with Spain, and I was first editing alone in Spain, and the project had like materials that were really different, and they were not always really planned, like she had a script and she worked a lot in the script, but then the shooting was not as a regular shooting, where everything is really planned in a way that nothing can be changed. Or in this shooting, what I got to know about it is that they changed a lot all the things, because they didn't get the permissions to shoot, and they had to change the previous ideas. And so I started editing alone, and this first part of the process was really good for me, like to get to know the material and to give my ideas. And then when Johanné came to edit with me, she saw this first assembly, and she didn't like it in a way that she didn't thought that was the film, like she didn't want the film to be that explicative, or to tell everything like in a classic way, and she wanted to mix all the sequences more, to have more fragmentation, to get a really different rhythm for the film. And also she wanted to be more to to leave more things for the mysteries, because the religion that you see in the film is the 21 divisions, which is part of the, it's like the voodoo, but in Dominican Republic. As you may know, Dominican Republic and Haiti share the same island, but they are very segregated, and the Dominicans are very racist with the Haitians people, and that's why it's so difficult to get the papers and the ID and all of that, no? And this religion is based in no explanation and more in mysteries, no? So she uses a lot of this iconography and didn't want like to be really explicative with that. And that was really challenging in the editing, how to balance to, because we had like this first assembly was really explicative or really more classical in a way. And then we have also a very different assembly, which was totally different, more confusing in a way, no? Because in the editing process we do like these screenings for people, and during some screenings people were really confused of the plot, and we had to balance that, no? Like. Because when you are editing, you have, I think that you as an editor have to let your personal taste away, no? And be like a tool for the director, as with all the things that you may know of the craft. Let them have it, no, for the directors, but let your taste apart sometimes, yeah.
And do you know why Johanna decided to go from more documentary approach to this approach, to like more feature film or a mix? And does it make a difference for you when you're editing if it's documentary footage or if it's like, you know, like film shoot?
She changed the way of approaching to the material, because the documentary was about a sugar plantation, and the bateys, which are these spaces for the sugar factories or the sugar production.
So the bateys is where the workers live, or?
Yes, it's like the places for the workers to live, and here are quite close to the plantations. So the batey didn't allow her and everyone to shoot there, because they are used that every time that someone comes is to critique, no, the system, because what the film tells is quite accurate, no? The bateys are a new kind of slavery, and they don't give workers that many good conditions, or not, as you may see with the grandfather. They don't have like the pension and all of these things. So she had to change it because there was the need, no, like the need to change it, and also because the approach to Johanné for this topic was that her grandparents were raised and lived in a batey, and during this time that happened, that her niece got pregnant and she was 13 years old. So she wanted to mix those two things to speak about that, and also to reflect on why are these things happening, and it's everything because it comes from a colonial system, no? So she wanted to mix all those things together to talk that almost all the things that happen in Dominican Republic and in Haiti are because of this colonialism.
And I mean, there's so many topics in these films, like colonialism and workers' rights and industrialization teenage pregnancy, reproductive rights, and so on and so on. So how do you prepare for this really complex topics?
Well, it's as I say, to read a little bit about the topic, and also to talk a lot with the director, so I get to know what she pretends to do with all of that. And also, as I met Johanné, we studied together in Cuba, in the film school of Cuba, and after that I lived in Dominican Republic, so I'm quite aware of the situation in the country. And before you ask me about the different kind of approaching to material, which is fiction or is documentary, and it's quite different, no? The editing for documentary or for fiction. On fiction, you are sometimes more. It's like a work more on the details, and you have to think more on the narrative. And meanwhile, in the documentary, it's more. First, you have like to get what will be the main topic that you want to talk, because sometimes you get maybe 200 hours that you have to see, and from all those hours you need like to focus on the main plot, and that's something quite different now to the approach of the fiction, that everything is already written, and then you may change things on the main structure because after the shooting they change, but it's not that difficult in the plot as in the documentaries.
There's kind of a second plot in this film. We have this theater play thing. Can you a little bit talk about this part?
Yes, that was maybe the most challenging part of the film to get integrated, because for Johanné it was really important to have this group of people that for some people that, or for some viewers that watch it, it's like a theater. For some others, it's like a Greek Roman school, and there's really not a good answer for that. No, it's something really open. But during the editing, we had to move those parts a lot and change it a lot from one place to the other, because intentionally it was supposed to come after the revelation of the pregnancy. But when we have like that, everyone was very surprised of this new element or new code appearing just like in the first third of the film, and they rejected these parts. So we have to have like more interventions from the beginning, and also like we linked it with this quote of Oscar Zanetti that said that the slavery and the sugarcane plantations came to the Dominican Republic at the same time, and that is not a casualty. No? So linking that somehow, it's also more connected, the idea of this group and what they are discussing about, and what it has to do with all the film. But it was a long process.
And there's a recurring symbol, like there's the snake that's in different forms. So can you a little bit talk about the meaning of the snake and how that's connected maybe to all the other topics there?
The snake is linked to the figure of Santa Marta, which in this religion of the 21 Days, I think that maybe Johanné is not going to like that I talk about this because she doesn't want to explain the ideas that she had in the film. But well, I let you know that these the 21 divisions were a way of having a religion. I don't know how to say it in English. Syncretismo, when different religions are mixed together, or well, so when the Catholics colonialized La Española, the Dominican and Haitian island, they didn't let the Afro religions to be in the island, so they had to hide it, and the way they hide those religions were adopting the Christian symbols and giving them another representation for them, no? So Santa Marta, it's a Catholic symbol, but the snake is from the voodoo, and it's like this snake is representing how Mackenzie, the main character, has to see, in a way, it's a coming of age, and she is taking awareness of the climate that she's around, and she's becoming an activist in a way, and also she hasn't been aware of her spirituality, but the snake comes so she can also have the spirituality of her family with her, no? And the snake represents that, and also when she embraces the snake, it's a way that she embraces also all the heritage that she has from the Batey, and in a way she may not have like the ID or the papers, and neither the baby, but at least it's connected to all of that, no?
Okay. Yeah, but I'm sure that you have also a lot of questions, so here's your chance to talk to Raúl about the film, and if you have any questions, or if you want to say how you liked it, or if you want to mention anything, please be welcome to say anything. Yes, please, in the back.
I have a question. I thank you very much for the beautiful film. It's amazing. It's so experimental, the colors, the story. I wanted to know what is the actual situation now in République Dominicaine, and how is the religion being practiced, and what is with the sugar situation?
Yes, it's still on process. It hasn't changed that much from the situation that are explained in the film. For example, these demonstrations of the people reclaiming their pensions, those are real, and they are still unresolved. So people as Mackenzie's grandparent, they don't have any money when they can't continue working, even though they have given all their hard work and their life doing that, and that is still like that, sadly. And but at least with this film, I think that it will give also more awareness, because in Dominican cinema, even though there are a lot of black people living there, mostly what you see in the cinema is white people, no? And they haven't been that represented. So, because it's still a really racist country, and the fact that Johanné, a black woman, is directing this kind of films, and is also moving around the world showing them, I think that is important for the country, because it will give something to talk about.
Yeah, I was also wondering if this film is kind of set in the past or if this like present day, because there's a machine introduced like for harvesting, but most of the work seems to be still be done by hand. It's like these cane cutters. Is that still like today? Like it's cut by hand?
Yes, the sugar plantations are not that developed, and even though it's today, if you go to Abate today, it will look like one of those. No, some of them have machines, but also the workers' salary are so cheap that sometimes they even prefer that to buying machines. No, so it's something that is still like that, but it's in nowadays.
Yeah. Okay. Are there more questions from the audience? Yes, please.
What is the situation about abortion?
Abortion is illegal, and as you may see, it's the pregnancy consultations and the doctor are real. This is something that may happen in a public clinic in Dominican Republic. The sequence in which she is waiting and people is coming to give them the information about how to have a baby is real, and all those women who are underage, they are all pregnant women that sometimes are there is I don't remember the statistics, but there is a huge number of these underage pregnancies that are rapes or that are by men of more than 50 years, and it's something that it's also happening. Yeah.
Any other questions? Then Raúl, thank you very much. I'm sure you'll still be in the lobby around, so if someone would like to approach you directly, I'm sure you'll be open for that. And thanks again for this wonderful film. Thanks for presenting it and answering all our questions.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks. Oh, sure, yeah.